Hey guys, welcome to Pro Wrestling Straight Shooter. I'm your host, Tats Deej. Kicking this back off after a 2-year hiatus. Started talking WWE and things pro wrestling about 2 years ago. It was met with a resounding dud, and I can't blame it. Look at me. Anyway, I want to jump right in here and talk about something relatively topical and controversial. The Jiinder Mahal promo that he cut on SmackDown Live a couple of days ago. For those of you that watch WWE and have followed it for at least the last couple of months, know that Jiinder Mahal has been in a feud for the SmackDown Live World Championship with Shinsuke Nakamura. And SmackDown Live this past Tuesday, Jiinder went out there and he cut a promo that a lot of people felt was over the line of good taste, over the line, maybe a little bit racially insensitive. He made some jokes and cracked some jokes about Shinsuke Nakamura's heritage, which is Japanese, and the internet seems to be somewhat divided on how they feel. I know the crowd largely disapproved of it. As you could hear them chanting audibly, that's too far, that's too far. Much feeling from the audience is that they just went a little bit too far with this promo, and I really thought I'd throw in my 2 cents on this because WWE issued a statement earlier on in the day, and while they discussed the incident, they didn't outright apologize for it, and I'm going to go on record as saying I personally don't feel like they have anything to apologize for, and I'm going to tell you why. WWE is a TV show. It is a scripted TV show, and for years and years and years and years, and we've defended it, we've had to listen to it, we've had to hear the naysayers and hear everyone say, oh, it's fake, it's scripted, it's this, it's that, until conveniently it's not. And this is one of those instances where conveniently it's not. The guy portraying the character of Jiinder Mahal is doing just that. He is a person portraying a character on a TV show. That character happens to be a bad guy, and it is his job and the job of the writers to make you and me hate him. Now, how do you go about that? There are different ways to go about it, and do I completely approve of the direction that they've gone with the Jiinder Mahal character? Not entirely. I do respect the fact that, he's supporting his heritage, he's, I believe he's via Canada, he's Indian, and that's fine. I have no problem with anybody doing that. That's perfectly okay. I think they've thrown some racial undertones in there that, depending on your opinion of things, could be, a bit inappropriate, but this is what they're going for in this character. They want you to hate this guy, and for my money, for what he's trying to do, he's pretty goddamn good at it. And let's face it, this promo that he cut on Tuesday night is preparing you for their match at Hell in the Cell, and the one thing that we're going to want to see more than anything at Hell in the Cell is Shinsuke Nakamura get his hands on Jiinder Mahal and absolutely beat his ass. And if that's what you're wanting out of this, and if that's what we get out of this, then Jiinder Mahal did everything he was supposed to do. And to steal a failed WWE catchphrase, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. In terms of why I feel like the WWE doesn't have anything to apologize for, as I said before, it's a scripted show with people playing characters and acting out scenarios and acting out feuds and things like that. And while the WWE has been guilty, especially in recent years, of blurring the lines between scripted and reality, I can guarantee you that at least 90 to 95% of what makes it on TV was predetermined in some type of script or some type of discussion between Booker, Vince McMahon, the workers going into the ring and selling all this stuff to us. There was some kind of discussion saying, okay, you're going to say this, you're going to say this, you're going to say this. And it wasn't something that Jiinder Mahal just walked out in the ring and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to make fun of the fact that he's Japanese. I'm going to make fun of his accent. I'm going to make fun of their food. This is nothing. I can guarantee you that the man who portrays the character of Jiinder Mahal would do outside of that character. And that's where people really need to get a grip, because as I said before, we get this big feedback and this big backlash about how wrestling's fake. How can you watch that? It's fake, it's scripted, until it's conveniently not, because we're offended by something or we're pissed off by something that somebody does or says, and you cannot have it both ways. It's either scripted or it's not. No different than Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, going back further to The Shield. The shows have been littered with sexual innuendo and racial undertones, and they're scripted into that, and nobody holds the actors or the writers accountable for that during those scripted shows, and WWE shouldn't be held to any higher of a standard simply because everybody seems to think that maybe they're not fake when I don't want them to be fake. You take, what was it, Django Unchained. and I just, for the life of me, his name just fucking fell out of my head. I'm sorry, I'm out of practice with this stuff. Leonardo DiCaprio played an extremely racist character, and in one little monologue, he must have dropped the N-word like a dozen times. And Leo said in an interview that he was extremely uncomfortable with the script, but his character was a bad dude. And you had to hate that dude. And how do you get somebody to hate that dude to the point where you want to see somebody put a bullet in his head? You make him absolutely so despicable through his dialogue, through his mannerisms, and through his character that when you get to that payoff, it's worth it. And that's what they're doing with Jinder Mahal. They want to make you hate him so badly that by the time, as I said before, Shinsuke Nakamura finally gets his hands on him, he's going to absolutely beat the hell out of him, and it's going to blow the roof off the place. And that's what I think we all want to see, and that's what I take out of this whole, Jinder Mahal SmackDown Live promo that he cut. I'm Tad Steege. Let me have your feedback on this. Next episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Mae Young Classic. I got a lot to say about that. I may actually split it up into 2 episodes. I know I'm a little bit behind the gun on that one, but we had Hurricane Irma come through here in Florida, so I was without power for a little while, so I'm just getting caught up on that one. I'm out.